Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Let's play B-Migs.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody scream his name. B-Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa, B-Migs, you're a loser.
It is time to be Migs. It is time to turn down for tacos.
Charge out for what?
Oh, yeah. Taco. Yeah, get yourself some tasty tacos. Yeah, well, we're probably not going to have that today, right? You guys don't ever really obey it.
Last night, my wife offered, she's like, do you want stir fry or do you want tacos? And I said, today is not Tuesday.
Oh, so
Wife.
no tacos today.
Let's have that stir fry.
Wife. Wow.
That's right.
But here's the deal. You have stir fry on Stir Friday.
Ah, son of a bitch.
You're doing all of it wrong, Steve. Wow. Yeah, you're doing it all
Baby
wrong.
steps, Rev.
All right, well,
He's doing
I
it so
appreciate
wrong.
that.
Having somebody else prepare his food for him. You are such a
Yes,
failure.
I am doing it wrong, eating delicious meals that way.
All right, touché.
As I sit on the couch and watch wrestling. I've done it wrong.
Point taken. Let's get to our contestant today. We got Caleb and Anacortes. Caleb, are you there, sir?
Good morning, BJ.
Good morning, Caleb.
All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Caleb will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Caleb, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yep.
Queen Victoria was the first British monarch to live in which royal establishment?
Pass.
Bing Crosby was born in which Washington city?
Seattle.
No.
Tacoma.
Yes. How many checkers does each player start a game with?
20.
No.
24.
No.
22.
No. An archipelago is a grouping of what type of landmass?
Island.
Yes. What sport did Hall of Famer Honus Wagner play?
Baseball.
Yes. Which classic Hollywood Western is based on the film The Seven Samurai?
Pass.
On what day, month, and year did America become an independent nation?
17th, or day, month, and year, January 1st, 1776.
No. Caleb, you got 3 correct.
Oh, that's a tough one, man.
Is it really that tough of a one? I thought that was kind of an easy one there.
That last one?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. It is.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh. Well, hopefully
Yep,
that
I
won't be.
just got it.
Yep. Hopefully that won't be the deciding factor. But
Gosh, I would have totally missed that.
I thought that was an easy one.
No, you're right. It should be, and I missed it.
Steve.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
Queen Victoria was the first British monarch to live in which royal establishment?
Burger King.
That's it.
The Royal Rome.
The what? No.
Royal cheese.
No.
Oh.
Bing Crosby was born in which Washington city?
Tacoma.
Yes. How many checkers does each player start a game with?
10.
No.
11.
No.
12.
Yes. An archipelago is a grouping of what type of land mass?
Dirt.
No.
Sand.
No.
Grass.
No. What sport did Hall of Famer Honus Wagner play?
He played baseball.
Yes. Which classic Hollywood Western is based on the film The Seven Samurai?
Oh, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
No.
Oh, crap. Pass.
On what day, month, and year did America become an independent nation?
July 4th, 1776.
Yes. In what decade did Fidel Castro become the Prime Minister of Cuba?
60s.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Steve, you win. 4-3. Caleb, not knowing July 4th, 1776 was your downfall.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
Somebody says ship him to Canada for that answer. I'm assuming it's for the Independence Day.
Yeah.
I can't throw stones. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, BJ didn't know it either. I thought it was an easy one. You got it right away, so thank you.
Yeah, I overthought that one. I really, really did.
Anybody know the decade that Fidel Castro became the Prime Minister of Cuba?
50s.
Yes.
That's it.
The
I guess
50s.
Steve knows.
That was going to be my next guess.
Well, unfortunately, you ran out of time there.
Doesn't matter. I won.
You
Whoa,
did. That was a
take it.
lag throw there.
You don't get. You don't get
really
two
play it
songs.
twice there. You
'Cause
didn't
I'm
do
gonna
that
get.
good.
I'll play 15 loser songs in a row on that day.
Oh, all right.
It might be a while for the next one.
Yeah.
The classic Hollywood Western that was based on the film The Seven Samurai.
I don't know. Maybe 7 might be a clue in that one.
It might be.
7 Deadly Sins?
No,
The Magnificent
It's been
Seven.
seven.
The Magnificent Seven, which is recently remade with, Denzel and Chris Pratt and some other people.
And it didn't do so well, did it?
I don't know. I didn't see it because the other one is a classic and you should see that one instead.
You know what? I don't argue with that. I wanted the new one to be good because I felt like, hey, you know, that sometimes they remake good movies, but I
don't think anybody cares about Westerns right now.
It's too bad.
One of them that Caleb did know was that archipelagos, those are a grouping of islands.
Oh. Yeah. Would have never guessed that.
No, because you were guessing dirt, sand, and grass.
Well,
islands can be made of dirt, sand, and grass.
Yeah, quite possible.
So he's not wrong.
Queen Victoria was the first British monarch to live in which royal establishment?
Vicky knows this.
Is it Buckingham Palace?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Vicky.
Ha
Ha ha ha. Woo.
Vicky knows things.
So does Steve, and congratulations, Steve. You won with 4 correct.
So, if I'm 75 and I live in England, well, guess what I get to do? Like this guy, I could save my feces for several weeks, then pump them into a former friend's home. That's what I'm going to do.
Whoa.
That's your future, buddy.
Me doing it to someone or me getting it done to me?
Your buddy, BJ. When I hit 75, you know what?
Good luck getting into my house to pump it in.
Oh, I'll find my way.
How are you going to pump it in?
Pump it in. Oh, well, I'll tell you how Jeffrey did it.
Okay.
See, this guy, Jeffrey, he told police that he thought a man named Donald had contributed to his divorce more than 2 years ago and ruined his life. So Donald was pissed.
Okay.
So armed with feces, Jeffrey traveled to Donald's home while
Are
he
we
was
all
away.
armed with feces at
That's
some
a good
point in our day?
Yeah. So he's mad at Donald. This Jeffrey guy's like, Donald, you ruined my life.
All right.
So armed with feces, he traveled to Donald's home. Donald was not at home. See, Steve, you're not going to be there all the time. I happen to know that every Easter you go somewhere.
That's right.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean we have a house sitter.
Oh, you know what? The house sitter? Yeah. Guess what's going to happen to the house sitter? Armed with feces.
Okay.
Yeah. So he constructed a homemade pump and used that pump through the letterbox.
Oh, see, I'm fine.
Oh, you don't have one of those.
I don't have a letterbox. I have a mailbox outside of my home.
And you don't have a doggy door?
No.
Oh, you need to get one.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. You should get one. I'll buy one for you.
And so he said, pump it in through the dryer exhaust. That's on the second floor.
Oh,
So
all right.
I know
well,
you're scared to go on a ladder. And
I'll have to
Uncle
get-
Chris is not going to do it for you.
Oh, he will. He will.
This is turning into an Ocean's 11 sort of thing here.
Yeah. Ocean's no, actually, should be
Ocean's
2.
Yeah.
That's a hit. So, the pump pushed the excrement through the letterbox, causing it to splatter all over the hallway, up the stairs, onto the back wall.
How much stuff was he pumping in there?
He saved up his feces, dude.
For how long?
Oh, this seems like a long... this had to be for a long time. They didn't say how long. Oh, I guess several weeks. Excuse me. It says right here, several weeks he saved up his feces. Whoa. All right, so several is about, let's say, 5 to 10 weeks worth of feces. That's a lot of feces.
I'm assuming that, because his marriage is over, the 75-year-old. He's a single
Yeah.
man. There's no way you could get away with collecting your own stuff in your home for a couple of weeks to take care of something with your issue with your friend over there.
I got
Donald.
a feeling this guy's marriage, Mr. Feces guy, I don't think it had anything to do with Donald. I think it had to do with the fact that he's the kind of guy that would save up his feces for several weeks and pump it in somebody's house. I got a feeling like, you know what, the wife was like, I don't need to be in. You're an idiot.
I don't even know how I would react if I came home, opened my door,
Oh, yeah, dude.
and it's like Hershey's Chocolate Factory.
$5,000 worth of damage.
Wow.
That's, I mean, really. I mean, the crap did that much damage. Oh,
You know, like they
man.
always talk about like you have these lawsuits and it's like pain and suffering. Like, what pain and suffering?
Yeah.
This one actually makes sense.
This one does.
Yeah, there's some serious suffering going on.
Now, who's worse? What's worse for you? Remember we had the lady earlier in the week that was driving her car and poop fell into her mouth? Remember that story?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so there's that lady.
Uh-huh.
You know, the right went right in her. Oh, man. Or you come home to $5,000 worth of feces damage. Who would you rather be?
The feces damage is way worse.
I think I'd rather do the feces damage. I do not want feces in my mouth like that poor woman had to go through. And they don't know if it was a plane or whatever. She's just driving in her car, and it just dumped all over her.
She got an eye infection as well.
Yeah, don't forget the
That is so gross.
The poop eye, not pink eye, poop eye.
Well, I just want brown walls, though.
Well,
Liquid poo falling from the sky.
yeah, that's what she had going on. And you know what? All right.
I didn't think this morning I would have to debate whether or not I would want poop on my walls or poop on my eye, but I guess that's Thursday.
That's Thursday, buddy. That's right. Where would you like your feces?
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. Hey, you got something to say? I got something to say. They're wild, rabid, and on the loose. This is Listeners on the Loose.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. Where you pick the topic, you guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. You can also text us at 77999. Whatever you want to talk about, you make the call. But do remember, Steve has one rule.
And that's to show some energy and bring it, BJ. Otherwise, they're going to get gone. And we're going to have to say goodbye to them.
Goodbye, old friend.
Let's go to Evan in Auburn. Evan, you are on The Rock.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Evan, welcome to the show. What you got for us, buddy?
So last week you guys were talking about character deaths that got to you.
Yeah.
And so Terminator, since I was a kid, has like always been one of my favorite series. So Terminator 2, at the end, you know, when Arnold's lowering himself into the lava pit?
Oh yes.
Yeah,
How do you forget that scene?
That is huge, yeah.
And, you know, the music's just... Na, 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 na.
And you're like, he won't be back.
No, 11-year-old me just couldn't even handle that. So I break down in tears almost every time I see that.
Yeah, you know,
That was a tough watch. I remember that as a kid, too, being like, why do I like this guy? I remember I hated him in the first movie, and now I want to be his friend.
And that was my first... Because I'm only 21, so that was like... I've probably seen Terminator 2 more than I've seen the first one easily. So that one's my favorite. So when I saw that, I was broke down.
Am I in the minority to say that I still like Terminator 1 more than Terminator 2?
Yeah.
Most people like 2 more than 1.
You are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I just like
the grittiness of the first one.
I mean, look, when the first one came out, it was awesome. But then
awesome.
The trouble is his technology got so improved, and he was really way ahead of the curve with his technology and CGI that was just such an amazing movie.
Would you say Terminator 2 is like, of all the movies that have had sequels, that's the one where the sequel is better than the original? In the eyes of many? Godfather 2 over Godfather, really?
Dude, yeah. Come on, man.
Yeah, I could see that. Godfather was amazing when it first came out, but Godfather 2 was cool too. So, yeah, I think of Star Trek 1 over Star Trek 2, the movie, because Wrath of Khan.
Oh, well, there you go too.
Yeah, Star Trek 1 was such a pile that they could have done anything. It's just so it was such a much better improvement. And of course, spoiler alert, they killed off one of the main characters.
What about Shrek 2? I mean, Shrek 2 clearly better than Shrek 1.
Wow.
Right? I was just kidding. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I've also had a crush on Amy Lee since I was 11. So if you guys got any extra Evanescence tickets you want,
we were having fun with you until you became a bottom feeder.
And there we go.
How dare you? I thought we were friends.
You know, when you think about Terminator 2. And here's a kid that's rebelling against life. He doesn't have a father figure in his life, not getting along with his mom because his mom's a little crazy for good reason. So I could see why anybody that had daddy issues at all or didn't have a father in their life, and then all of a sudden this dude shows up who'll protect him, keep him safe. I think that resonates with a lot of young dudes who may have
He's got a lot deeper on this movie than I thought we were going to. I thought we all just like the big explosions.
I think that's why people were so emotional about Arnold getting lowered into that. I think, if you had any issues with your dad, dad, which I know I did, it was a tough one to see the guy who was a great father figure get melted like that.
One person, a couple people actually have said Aliens over Alien.
Yeah, though
those are two different style of movie, though. Alien was a horror, Aliens is an action, so I could definitely see why people would like the second one more. I mean, it's got, Ripley in an awesome front loader, using flamethrowers and stuff.
Oh, thank you. I felt like I'm watching the movie again.
Jeez, those sound effects.
Sometimes I like Rocky 2 better than Rocky. I go back and forth on that. I think they're both equally awesome. Just depends on my mood.
The thing with Alien, though, man, it was we had never seen a horror movie like that. It scared the crap out of you. I mean, it really, really did.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean, that's why, to me, it's a better movie, because we had never seen them before, and they shocked the hell out of the face hugger and the popping out of the stomach.
Oh, that was still, to this day.
Even though it's cheesy looking by today's special effects standards, at the time, you're like, whoa!
Oh, whenever I see a pregnant woman, I expect the alien to pop out of their stomach.
In a way, that does happen, yeah.
How about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, as opposed to number 1?
Is it just because it has ninja rap in it?
Go Ninja,
yes.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go!
No, the second one was 10 times better than the first one.
You're dumb.
Wow.
Well, I think we just ended that argument.
How about this one? Empire Strikes Back over A New Hope?
Yep.
I agree with that.
People do think that's a better movie, but again, I saw Star Wars New Hope when it was new, when I was 17 years old.
I saw Empire Strikes Back when it was new.
But it blew me away. That's why I always will put New Hope over Empire Strikes Back slightly.
Okay, what about Babysitters 2 over Babysitters?
Oh, well, of course.
Yeah. Seriously.
Because that's when it got real.
That's when they really figured it out.
Yeah.
What about The Dark Knight as opposed to Batman Begins?
That's a good one,
you know what? The Joker's performance was fantastic. Yeah.
How about First Blood over Rambo? Or First Blood versus Rambo. So First Blood would be the first one.
Yeah, I think Rambo was better.
See, I like First Blood better.
Yeah. I like Rambo better. Yeah.
What about the Captain America, the Winter Soldier?
Winter Soldier.
A lot of people think it's better than Captain America, the First Avenger.
I actually think that I rank them Civil War, Captain America, First Avenger, then Winter Soldier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so you went for the
Yeah, so how could Captain America 3?
Third
Captain
one?
America 3.
Third one, yeah.
How could Captain America 3 not be the best one? I mean, seriously, they had everybody in it, except the Hulk and Thor.
Good call.
Yeah.
One person, it's Evan again. He says, we are still friends, Steve. But BJ is right. Daddy issues for me when it came. That was the key to Terminator 2.
How about that? See, I know something, Steve.
Oh, this text says, I'm with Steve. Terminator over T2. Arnold was a scary machine. Yeah, I liked how Arnold was in that first one, man. I
agree that it was
me out.
It was good, but here's the thing: I'm 4 years old. It came out in the 80s, and then of course T2 in the 90s. I'm in my 30s, and the liquid metal dude. I mean, that was just like
was that Richard Patrick or Robert Patrick?
Yeah. I mean,
his brother from Filter.
The T1000. What was he? The T whatever? The
T1000.
T69.
Yeah, he was amazing, and it was just such a better action movie. And also, Linda Hamilton was buff. You were like,
she was.
She was
you were like,
so badass.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, it was such it flipped your brain how she was just a kick-ass machine as opposed to the character she played in T1.
How about Teen Wolf or Teen Wolf 2? I mean, we're talking Michael J. Fox or Jason Bateman.
Totally Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, you got to go with the Fox.
You got to go with the first one.
I know. Make sure I'm working with smart people. I'm glad to hear that.
Glad we passed that test.
The fact you even brought that up is really making me wonder if I work with smart
So I want to know Dolphin's Tale 2 over Dolphin's Tale.
What?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Sister Act 2 is better than Sister Act.
Well, she was back in the habit.
Oh my gosh, Rev.
The fact that you know that subtitle does put you in an echelon.
Fantastic.
On your own, my friend. Let me go to Matt and Renton. Matt, it's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. What you got for us, buddy?
Hey, guys, I wanted to talk to you about your retail segment you just had.
Yes, sir.
We train from the moment we walk through the doors that any customer that comes close, you talk to. It's gotten so bad that I asked a customer if they need help down at one end of the store. They told me no, so I left them alone, went back to my job. I had a store manager and a district manager run from one side of the store to the next to the customer and make sure that I treated her correctly.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something, Matt. I would love to meet.
Unreal.
I would love to meet with your district managers because I actually have a background in retail, both in the supermarket and in the clothing business. And I had many fights with those idiots who were not the ones actually interacting with people. They are clueless, and I wish they would take psychology classes. As a matter of fact, it should be mandatory that you had a major or minor in psychology before you get that friggin' job as a district manager.
Do you think it would be just a simple process to talk to these sales associates? Go up to the customer, say, hey, do you need any help? If they say no, you go, would you like me to leave you alone? And if they say yes, you're like, okay, cool, grab me when you need me. And then problem solved. Because everybody's different. Not everyone wants a sales associate up on their rear end for the entire time they're in a store.
And I bet you know that, Matt. You can tell from body language and the way people are. And still they make you do something that you know you shouldn't be doing.
It's easy to tell. Some of the practices they have it now where if on those surveys that you have, if you don't score a perfect score, your bonuses and everything go down.
Jeez.
It has to be
It's ridiculous.
Perfect. If you don't get straight 7s. And for me, everybody can improve on something. You're always going to find something you don't like somewhere. So I know I never used to give scores that were perfect scores anywhere, but now that I know that your bonuses are tied to it, everybody I go to, we're all just small-time workers. None of us are making the big bucks.
That's
so if
the
I can
other
help
problem.
anybody on a bonus, I'll get them.
Exactly, and that's the problem. They are judging you and putting you through rigors as if you guys are big-time money makers. That's the other mistake that these managers make, that putting you through all the grief of all the surveys and judging you, and then they go, oh, here's your minimum wage. It's ridiculous. I mean, they make miserable customers, miserable employees. I'm telling you, your managers are idiots. I'm telling you that right now, Matt, and I wish I could talk to them because I have experience in both those industries. A lot of stupid people who have that manager stripe on them. They are dumb.
But more importantly, Terminator or Terminator 2?
Very important.
Terminator 2.
Yeah. Wait, really?
I'm kidding.
Poor guy gets judged all his life, and you go and judge him again. I mean, he's having nightmares. Matt, listen, solidarity, my friend. I mean, I have
Represent.
I'm telling you,
life.
Retail, you guys know what's up.
Life.
Your managers are morons, and I'm telling you, I know through experience because I was on the ground, and that's why I don't work in the business anymore because I called them morons and they fired me. But hey, someone's got to do it.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Listeners on the loose, you pick the topic. You guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to JR in Bellevue. JR, you are on The Rock.
What's going on, fellas and Vicky?
Hey, what's up, JR? What you got for us today, buddy?
Okay, going on the lines of this tip thing, not trying to beat a dead horse, but a couple weeks ago, ordered some pizza from a well-known establishment. The delivery charge was like $5 or something.
Right.
And they were like, this doesn't go to the driver, so make sure to tip your driver. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I tipped that driver. Well, last Thursday, I ordered some pizza from another establishment for my team because I was a coach, and that delivery charge was $15.
What? Damn.
For 4 large pizzas, and they're still like, make sure to tip your driver. And I was like, man, because they say it doesn't go to the driver. And I'm like, well, who does it go to? And why is it that much? So then I'm like, should I tip? Shouldn't I tip? Or what?
What was their answer when you asked where does that money go to? Because I'm curious.
Yeah, me too. I was a delivery driver for my first job, and delivery charge was like $2 back then, and I got it. It came on my check plus tips.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, man, because what does it take for that guy to get from there to your house and then back? Is that an hour? Because $15 an hour or the cost of gas, that's high. But then again, man, some of these DoorDash type services, they have surge pricing. And if you try to order food on a Saturday night, I think everybody's surge pricing and seeing that, you know what, if they can get away with this, why can't we?
True.
JR, it's the wild, wild west out there as far as getting food delivered to you these days, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I'm going to just start picking it up myself.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think, but here's the thing. You're hanging at your house.
That's the last thing. They know that they have you.
Yeah, they know you're lazy, man.
There have been times where I've been so lazy where I'm like, you know what? I just want a Jimmy John sandwich. And then I realize I'm spending way too much money with the delivery fee, a tip. I could have just got in my car, and it would have taken maybe 10 minutes round trip.
Yeah.
But I'm so lazy because I'm in my comfies. I'm watching the game.
Oh, yeah. You see, that's why you got to get comfies you can go out in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going in my car. I could.
Your comfies?
Yeah, you don't got comfies?
What the heck is a comfy?
I'm guessing your sweatpants?
Like pajamas.
Yeah. Oh, I've never heard comfies before.
Well, you got to call them comfies.
That's what I refer to them as at home. I'm like, I'm going to go put my comfies on.
I know.
Just my sweatpants that I got from Hot Topic, Bullet Club.
Yeah. They're not pajamas, just like you have indoor shoes. They're not slippers. But they're comfortable shoes that I got my comfortable Vans that are they're not slippers. They're just comfortable slip-on Vans.
I don't wear shoes in my house.
Oh, I do because my feet get cold.
Why don't you just wear socks?
Yeah, so that's what socks are for.
Dude, they get cold even with socks. I need the shoe action.
Do you have a thing called a heater in your house?
What is this heater thing?
What about a blanket?
Well,
you can't put a blanket on your feet if you're walking around, Steve.
Exactly. I have mobile blankets on my feet called shoes, and they keep them nice and warm.
How cold is your house that your feet are that cold?
I don't think it's the house. I think it's me. I just think my feet get cold for some reason. I mean, what can I tell you?
Need some fuzzy socks.
Here's the thing. You ready for this? This is not good. Do you ever see that old guy on a sunny day wearing like a sweatshirt or a sweater vest or something? You watch old people. They're always dressed warm. And like you go, why are you not in shorts and a T-shirt? When you get older, apparently you get colder.
Yeah, that's a sign of poor circulation.
I guess I'm getting old, dude. What am I going to do? Yeah, I wear shirt. I wear. My buddy won't let me put shoes on in his house when I go over his house to game. So I actually bring my slippers so that because my feet get cold. I know it sucks. I wish I could run around.
Please tell me your slippers are like animals, like little cows or little lions.
You should, dude.
I really should.
You should. Next Father's Day, Joe. You know what to
get them like elephant slippers.
Yeah. Let's go to Jacob in Bremerton. Listeners on the loose, you pick the topic, you guide the show. Jacob, you are on the rock.
How's it going?
Not too bad, Jacob. What you got for us today, buddy?
On the subject of tipping.
Yeah.
When I was in Germany, nobody tipped.
Nobody tips in Germany. So there are places out there where the culture is like, no, don't bother. So do you pay more for the food? Is that what it is?
Yes. All their employees are getting a livable wage.
How dare they?
Yeah.
You know, we talk about it, and the trouble is the tipping was the way for the company not to have to absorb the cost of paying their restaurant employees. And this is, not to compare. I mean, I only compare. Should I even bother trying this? The only reason I bring it up is that the slavery in this country, not only was it about freedom, but it was about the financial burden that companies would have, people would have to do.
Go down this road, man.
Well, my point being is that when you tell people you have to change their financial structure and absorb the thing, they get all bent out of shape. And that's my point. So the company's saying, geez, we count on you to pay them what they should be paid because we can't. You're even though you go, well, what kind of business doesn't want to pay people fairly? But that's what they've been doing for years, and that's a big problem for a lot of restaurants. They don't want to be the ones to absorb the cost of what they should be paying their employees in the first place. And I only bring up the slavery because that's why slavery took so long to fix, because everybody was taking a look at the financial aspect, and I'm like, dude, for so long, you're like, it wasn't a financial conversation. What are you doing? But people, when it comes to money, they do not want to spend at businesses. It's hard to get them to change the way they do business.
Well, that part of it, the whole idea of restaurants not wanting to pay people. But fun fact, I watched Adam Ruins Everything, and he talked about restaurant tipping. And apparently it started back in the day when gangsters would come into restaurants, and servers were like, no, you're a gangster, I'm not going to serve you. And they'd slide him a little extra money.
Really?
And that's how they're like, okay. And then it just kind of eventually became the norm. And then kind of the whole idea of like, hey, well, if you got to work for that money instead of me paying you. That's kind of how it led
so they were paying them normal price and then saw them making even more money, and they said, well, we're going to pay you less now.
I don't know if they were making exactly a lot, but
yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised.
That was the thing what it started.
See, that irritates me when the companies do that. I know everyone's trying to save money, but so then they put us in this situation where we're paying more. But I guess
it sucks because some places are now doing the whole thing where they pay the employees more, but then that also means they're jacking up the food prices. So now you get the people that are eating mad, and they're going to take it out on even the places that aren't charging more that rely on tips. So it's just this weird thing, man.
Yeah, it's kind of like sliding scale, where they expect the people that can afford to pay the normal or higher price in some places, like a lot of new age hippie places are like that. And then they will let people who don't have a lot of money come in and pay whatever they can. And they hope it all balances out in the end so that everybody gets the good service. And if you're a person's got the money, you're going to pay for more than you should.
More importantly, though, let's go back to the slippers.
Yes, what about slippers? What we got?
Somebody's like talking about, we said elephant slippers for your feet, but someone brought up a good point. I think what BJ needs, Joe, you might remember this for Christmas, anteater slippers.
Oh, don't. Why do we got to see? That's what I know.
That is perfect.
Nobody needs to talk about my anatomy like this. I don't need to know this.
Oh, I just thought
they're just great animal slippers.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Especially if you have a longer toe.
Yeah, that's really great.
In there.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I file for bankruptcy, do I have to appear in court? That makes me nervous.
Going to court is never something that's easy to do. However, when you file bankruptcy, you usually only have to attend one hearing at the courthouse. Of course, I'll be there with you. And when you go to court, it's not before the judge. It's actually with the trustee or the trustee's attorney. One of the things that's critical in a bankruptcy is that you give your attorney and the court all of your information. You list all of your assets and all of your creditors. That's what we're trading for your discharge, is your true and honest disclosure of your assets and liabilities. And so the court hearing is just usually about a 5-minute deal where you show up and reaffirm and swear that all the information you've given the court and your attorney is correct.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.